cases that are underserved, the non-national cases. Of course, we'll be highlighting the Eric Garner case, but we'll be highlighting cases from Atlanta: Jimmy Atchison, Veltavius Griggs, Oscar Kane, Jamarian Robinson, names that people have heard, but the nation has not heard in the movement for justice. So it's an opportunity to highlight the families, to highlight the pursuit of justice, and also to highlight Atlanta and the fact that Atlanta has a police brutality problem.
Wow. Do you know when all of these different situations broke out, in different places all over the country, I was just like, we don't have that problem here in Atlanta. I really felt like we did not have a huge police brutality problem, but as time went on and I seen the changing of hands guard, within the city of Atlanta, there was a change.
It was a definite change. We raised awareness, and we had conversations with a certain administration beforehand about this situation, and we had a conversation with the incoming administration about this situation, and we just saw a rise. I mean, of course, with Jimmy Atchison and Deatrick Griffin right before the Super Bowl, that was shocking and appalling. And then Veltavius Griggs, Oscar Kane, and so many others that have happened. We have to really address this situation, and it starts with our beloved mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms, who has ignored this situation. And then we had the Joe Beasley situation a few miles from here, where a gun was pulled on an 83-year-old civil rights veteran. So we need to have this conversation. I think Copwatch America is the right platform on BET so that African Americans around the country can see that there's a real problem here in the city of Atlanta. And the best thing about Atlanta is we know how to address civil rights and social justice issues.
Definitely. It is one of the biggest historical places to fight for people's rights,
Exactly.
Okay? All right, what gives you your passion to fight for equality out here, for human rights? I mean, it seems that, you're more on the black side.
Well, I'm holistic. I fought for, Georgia's largest march, which was the Atlanta March for Social Justice and Women.
Okay.
So, I've been on all sides of this, but particularly African American issues are my focus as the vice president of the NAACP here in Atlanta. But what gives me my passion, I'm from Atlanta, born and raised. This is the birthplace of civil rights. So what better way to give back to the city than to make sure we pass on that legacy to the next generations? The titans of the civil rights movement, unfortunately, are aging. And we have the social justice movement where we can create new titans so that the next generation has the same rights and more. And we continue this legacy of Atlanta being the city too busy to hate because we made it that way.
Griggs, I have you all over the place. I got ADD. Let's get back to your
Yes.
Let's get back to your BET series that is going to take place October 23rd.
Yes.
Just sum it up in a nutshell for everybody that's listening right now.
Copwatch America is going to highlight the issues of police brutality around the country. It airs October the 23rd at 11 on BET. Please tune in. You're going to see Atlanta's cases highlighted, whether that's Jimmy Atchison, Oscar Kane, Jamarian Robinson, and so many others, the ones that you have not heard about, Veltavius Griggs. We need justice for these families, and that's the purpose of being on BET and the platform. So I'm thankful for BET for highlighting this.
Definitely.
And I want the entire city to tune in. We know that New York is going to tune in, so let's have bigger numbers than New York.
Of course.
Let's spread the word. It's under the hashtag Copwatch America. It's going to be great. You guys need to tune in. We're going to give the solution to the problem because I know a lot of people are in pain. We need the solutions. And so the solutions will be in the show. Please tune in, BET, starting October the 23rd at 11.
Griggs, don't ever sell out, man. I mean, right now, we need you. We need you, Griggs.
Well, there's no plan on selling out. My thing is to highlight the victims and to highlight the voices of the voiceless. So, I'm from Atlanta, born and raised, 5 generations. I've always been down for this town. I will always speak truth to power.
Okay.
That's why, we have an individual who's running around the city portraying one thing but not doing the work of the city. And I'm going to continue to call that person out until they do the work that the city needs done, and that's to address these police brutality issues.
Right, amongst other things.
Of course, gentrification, traffic, a lot of things that need to be addressed, and nobody's really having that conversation with that person,
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
willing
it
to have that
disrupts
conversation.
The way that the business is ran when you start having conversations that can disrupt what makes Atlanta look good right now.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, if Maynard Jackson can have those conversations, if Shirley Franklin can have those conversations, if even Bill Campbell could have those conversations, if we expect Atlanta to live in the 40-year legacy that was built by Maynard, we have to uphold that 40-year legacy and not sell people out to developers by building $400 million developments in the West End and $300 million developments in Bankhead, but no affordable housing.
Right. So, would you ever consider running for mayor?
Listen, I work for the people right now.
Okay.
And if the people want me to do something...
We want the people to work for us. That's what being mayor is about.
If the people want me to do something else, the people will tell me I'm a servant of the people right now. I respect the current administration, but I will hold it accountable to every campaign promise it made.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Attorney Gerald Griggs in the studio. How can they reach you, get in touch with you? They need advice. I don't really know how it works to bring, a issue to you to have some kind of justice.
Well, I'm on all social media platforms at Attorney Griggs, ATTORNEYGRIGGS, or at the website, www.geraldagriggs.com. I will respond.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, MzShyneka.
You're welcome. It's Atlanta's #1 hip-hop station. It's Hot 107.9.